Welcome to Pre-Performance Routines. My name is Dan Gonzalez, peak performance coach and the author of the international bestseller in sports psychology and personal success, The Art of Mental Training, a guide to performance excellence. I've put together some suggestions here and I want to walk you through some ideas. Let me help you with this. Pre-performance routines, what are they all about? Literally, they are about creating an expectation of success as we go into our performance. One of the main things that we want to be able to do is achieve a performance focus and keep that performance focus while we are competing or performing. So let's take a quick second here and let's define it so that we're all on the same page. Where our focus goes, that's where we go, and focus affects our results. Sometimes the difference between a poor performance and a great performance boils down to the focus that we maintained. So, a state of mind, a level of concentration, and where nothing outside of what you are engaged in or in the process of experiencing seems to exist. Okay, performing in the moment. It's an internal mental state. A good focus leads to higher levels of performance. Whatever we decide to focus on affects where we end up. Focus helps us connect with what we are seeking, what we want to achieve. Focus is required to achieve excellence. It helps us perform in the moment. And here's the key, and this is powerful. It's something that we initiate and something that we can learn to control. So, in regards to focus, be sure to check out the Performance Edge Mental Training course that I've created at theartofmentaltraining.com, because there's a whole section in there among all the phases of training where I help you achieve performance focus. I teach you how to control it, how to achieve it. Then part of our pre-performance routine is also about understanding how to create the ideal performance state internally, which is what leads to peak performance and being able to perform in the moment. All right? So you have to know what you're shooting for in order to use all the techniques, tools, and concepts within the body of knowledge of sports psychology and peak performance mental training, so that we are more likely to achieve that internal mental climate that leads to the ideal performance state. And pre-performance routines are part of what help us get there. Now, we have to also understand how to manage pressure. So I'm going to ask you, what has worked for you in the past? And if it's worked well, then continue to use it as part of your pre-performance routine. Do you use headphones and listen to music? Are you listening to someone talking to you in an audio format? Are you setting yourself aside for some quiet time? Whatever has worked for you in the past, that's a good thing to keep. If you're looking for ways to learn how to manage that pressure, again, The Art of Mental Training, the book itself, the coursework, I've got a lot of suggestions on how to manage pressure. And part of our pre-performance routine is understanding how to do that for ourselves. Now, we have to enter with a mindset of yes, I can, why I can, and how I can achieve these event goals. I have to trust myself. And in order to really trust myself and have that mindset, there's a lot of things that come into play so that I got that self-belief and that self-confidence. So I'm working. The pre-performance routine is about working on my mindset and keeping my focus of yes, I can, why I can, and how I can. So I'm going to focus on the things that I can control. I'm going to be task specific. I'm going to eliminate my fear of failure by using a pre-performance routine. I'm going to use imagery and focused breathing. All right? So I can set aside 20 minutes now that I'm at the event and before I perform and use imagery. These are all taught within the coursework and in the book. Now, specifically with imagery, get in touch with the love of your game, the love of your sport, the love of what you're performing in with your imagery, and then move on to seeing your past successes in your mind and feeling them, and then move on during that session to seeing your future success, how it's going to be as you perform. Create that expectation of success. Get in touch with feelings of success with your imagery, and use focused breathing to bring yourself into a deeply relaxed state of awareness as you use your imagery, part of your pre-performance routine. Let's take a look. Get there early. Know your environment. Walk around. Get the feel of the place. That's really important so that you feel comfortable when you step out there to do your performance. All right? Now, power self-talk and cancel. Two important concepts. What I recommend is that you already have some powerful affirmations and some powerful self-talk already set aside in your mind that you can fire off and use to help you when you want to improve your self-belief just prior to your performance, and improve your self-confidence, and even help bring you back to your performance focus. I'm good, I'm strong, I'm fast. There's been a distraction. Bring yourself back. Use your self-talk, power self-talk. Whatever it may be is not important as long as it works for you. I walk you through a process in the coursework to help you pinpoint that type of self-talk that works for you. Cancel is a concept of eliminating negativity the second it shows up. Cancel. Whether that be images of things not going the way you want them to go, or whether that's the internal critic talking to you and putting in negativity to this process of getting ready for your performance. Cancel. Immediately replace it with positive self-talk, positive images of how you're going to succeed in the upcoming event. Now, as time gets closer and you are ready to step out there and perform, now you've worked this before with me, and I've guided you through it, where we've created 2 60-second mental highlight reels. And these show you in the past doing well, and they show you in the future doing well. So as we're getting ready to step out there, we're going to run our 60-second past success mental highlight reels. That's different than the imagery we used over here for 20 or 30 minutes. Now we're getting ready to step out there. Past success, mental highlight reel, 60 seconds, and immediately shifting it in your head to the future success that you're about to create. 60 seconds, no more. Getting ready to go. Now, another powerful concept and important part of pre-performance routine, I want you to learn how to master state change, and I'll teach you that in the coursework. But right now I'm going to explain what it is, because as we get ready, we only need maybe 3 or 4 minutes to really get into that empowering state just before we get out there to perform. We're going to be using trigger words and physical anchors. I will have taught you how to bring up this state, which is where you walk out there at your best intensity for what you're performing at. Your breathing, your physiology, your self-talk is all about that champion about to take control of that situation. State change, getting it there mentally, physically, emotionally, breathing, physiology, everything coming together just as we step out there. An important part of the pre-performance routine, and it's timed just before we get out there. It's coordinated with the mental highlight reels. You see what we're doing? We're getting in state at the exact same time that we really need to be in state, and we are throttling our intensity to what we have already decided is the proper intensity at which to enter into our performance. Now, there's another very important tool that we use, and we teach success conditioning. These engage the power of the subconscious mind. This you have worked over time, and it has fortified your self-belief system. It has improved your self-confidence, and therefore it enhances your performance. Now, the reason I put it up here in a pre-performance routine is because as I'm arriving there, or perhaps when I set some time aside, I can easily run one of these audio programs through my headset and refresh that fortified self-belief system, bring up that self-confidence, and know that my performance is going to be at its top, because that's what success conditioning, that mental training program, does for you at a deep level. It engages the power of your subconscious mind. So from within, that volition, that motivation to succeed, and you're bringing everything together in a pre-performance routine. Now, it's not enough to say, well, I've got a pretty good pre-performance routine and that's all I need, and now I'm going to go out there and I'm going to really do good. That may work, but there's a lot more to it. There's a body of knowledge that I want you to get good at. When you understand that body of knowledge, when you bring all these things together, when you're good at imagery because you've learned it, when you understand the mindset, when you understand how to maintain your performance focus and all these other tools that we've brought together, when you've been using these, when you've mastered state change, when you've been using success conditioning, that's how it comes together, and you're clicking these things on with your pre-performance routine. So I want to invite you, go to theartofmentaltraining.com, and I've put together a 7-hour audio format course, the Performance Edge Mental Training course. Learn to use the body of knowledge. Once you purchase that, once you download it, it's on your device and it's there for reference. I will coach you, I will walk you through the body of knowledge, 5 phases, exercises, workshops, you name it. This will always be available for you for reference and for reinforcement. It's a powerful tool that helps you bring everything together and get good at all these different elements.